Number 10, Diablo vs Edelgard. How not to summon a Demon Lord. Well, that's one way to flaunt your status as the de facto demon on the block, and possibly earn a future harem member in the process. Despite her formidable skills and the hellish hordes at her back, Edelgard found herself woefully unprepared for Diablo and his level 150 swag. Impervious to her strikes, the OG Demon Lord responded in kind with a single spell that not only sent Edelgard and her wardrobe packing, but also wiped out an entire bridge and a good chunk of her forces. Number 9, Meliodas vs Derriere and Monspeet, the 7 Deadly Sins. Following on from his quick jaunt through Purgatory, Meliodas manages to save his beloved Elizabeth at the last second, all before decimating the combined might of 2 of the 10 Commandments like they were nothing. Thanks to his new ruthless change in personality, it doesn't take the Dragon Sin of Wrath long to beat the blessing out of Derriere, all before using his full counter to reflect Monspeet's power back at them, turning the 2 demons to ash.
Now, full counter!
Back to life for just over a minute, and Meliodas is already sitting.
Elizabeth, I'm sorry I kept you waiting.
Number 8, Ryuko vs Takaharu. Kill la kill. This boxer should thank his lucky stars he got to fight Ryuko when she was still embarrassed about wearing senkets. Otherwise, he might have ended up losing more than just his clothes.
What the hell? My gloves!
Looks like your glove's not the only thing that turns to steel.
In spite of the fact her talking uniform is a tad on the revealing side, the immense power of the Kamui was more than enough to stop Fukuroda's punches from causing any damage whatsoever, paving the way for Ryuko to bust out the scissor blade and send him packing.
Impossible, 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 impossible!
Jeez, you call those punches? 'Cause I'm not feeling anything!
Probably not quite the knockout he was hoping for.
Right straight!
Number 7, Mirio vs Class 1A, My Hero Academia. There's no denying that this group of wannabe superheroes are talented to the point they've made the League of Villains eat dirt on multiple occasions. However, as this SmackDown proved, they simply have a long way to go. The combined talent of Deku, Todoroki, Ida, and the rest, they're all woefully unprepared for the unbridled power of this third-year student.
An ultimate move! Blinder touch eyeball crush!
Mirio may look a tad on the dorky side and somehow always end up naked, but that doesn't take away from the fact he took down each member of Class 1A with a single strike. He probably should have brought Bakugo along. Number 6, Rimuru vs Ifrit. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. This summon may be feared across the land as a conqueror of flames, but that doesn't amount to much when you're fireproof. Kind of hilarious that after emerging from Shizu embroiled in hellfire, looking like a nigh unstoppable devil, the Horned Firestar can't even singe one slime. Thanks to his predator ability, Rimuru was easily able to put an end to the raging beast that had plagued his one true waifu, allowing him to end the scorching scuffle without ever having to worry about getting burnt. I mean, it certainly made digesting Ifrit all the easier. Number 5 Zoro vs Hyozo, One Piece. We all know the vice captain of the Straw Hats can take way more punishment than the average mortal, so while we weren't worried about him losing his life, many of us were still convinced he would at least get scratched when going up against a drugged up octopus with a blade in each tentacle.
魚人島で一番強い剣士を連れてこい
Nope. After 2 years of training, Zoro's skills had excelled so much that cutting apart the fishman's weapons was almost second nature. Hyozo really should have called it quits there instead of trying to launch a sneak attack with a bunch of half-broken, poison-covered swords.
煉獄鬼木
That would have saved him from getting turned into takoyaki.
悪かったなカエルかと思ったよ胃の中の
Number 4, Reagan vs. Claw, Mob Psycho 100. We still can't get over the fact that the one to bring this division of a psychic criminal organization to its knees is Reagan.
やけに軽いな。ぬいぐるみ
Reagan, the con man with an ironic talent for giving out great life advice. After being imbued with Mob's Esper abilities, Reagan manages to make short work of Claw's elite forces.
いい年していつまでも遊んでんじゃねえって。
Not only breaking apart their powers like they were nothing, but also breaking their spirits by giving them a harsh dose of reality. Not sure what's more devastating, getting wrecked by a fake psychic, or having your perspective shaken so much you give up being a baddie.
俺は庶民だお前らより圧倒的に強い俺が庶民で出たお前らは何だって
Number 3, Einzel Gon vs. Clementine, Overlord. Look at it this way, Clementine. You might have ended up getting slowly crushed to death by a skeletal ruler with a grudge, but look at the bright side. You're the only one who managed to make the ruler of Nazarick use his own bony hands to kill someone, as opposed to relying on magic.
ハンデとか言ってないで本気でやらないと死んじゃうんじゃないかな
After butchering his human companions, the sadistic mercenary looked to put an end to the dark warrior named Momonga, only to discover there was more to him than meets the eye.
なんで死なない
答え合わせといこう
エルダーリツか
Caught in his deathly embrace, even slamming blades into his eye sockets proved fruitless as the life is literally squeezed out of her.
死の舞踊か
Number 2, Kirito vs. Titan's Hand Guild, Sword Art Online. Even before he was glitching death, killing fairy kings, and busting his way through final bosses, Kirito still had his own fair share of OP moments. While escorting a fellow player on a journey to revive a beast companion of his, the two were ambushed by guild members looking for trouble.
Anyway, it's time you started worrying about yourselves.
Unfortunately for Rosalia, she and her crew ended up targeting the one guy that can't be taken down. Thanks to a handy health regenerating item, Kirito was able to just stand back and let the rest of them hack away as they please, which only resulted in them looking like idiots as they desperately tried to take down an immortal Pinata.
I'm a solo player, got it. I don't care if I have to play as Orange for a couple of days.
Not quite at the end yet, almost there though. Just be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Alright, back to business. Number 1, Saitama vs. Suiryu, One Punch Man. Leave it to Saitama to take the tried and true method of a tournament arc and turn it on its head. Despite his immensely cocky attitude, Suiryu proved himself to be a martial arts prodigy whose immense skills would excel in any other series. Alas, he's forced to share a stage with the world's strongest man, who not only takes no damage from one of his 4 frontal assaults, but manages to win the match by just shaking his hips around. Turns out that when the One Punch Man makes a mockery of martial arts, it's still enough to send a master flying into a wall. Yikes.
帯がああもうかっこつかねえな